Sports Network, showcasing all athletes across the region. We are about to go live right about now. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody representing school. We got some big games today. You see what's on the screen? That will I be tonight. Jackson versus St. Michael's. Huge 4A. Huge 4A matchup. Who do y'all like in that one? Wait till everybody get on. Who do y'all like in Jackson versus St. Michael's? Jackson versus St. Michael's. Who do y'all like? It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess up in there in Legion Field tonight. The number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. Gunnar Rivers versus Landon Duckworth. Who do y'all like? Well, we waiting on that. Theodore beats Murphy 31-0 last night. Theodore beats Murphy 31-0 last night. Waiting for everybody to come on. Who do y'all like? Jackson versus St. Michael. That's the first game I'm talking about tonight. Let me put the other graphic on the screen for the next big game. Everybody want to see. I don't think this game right here is going to be like last year's game. I think St. Mike. Let me put that other picture on the screen real quick. I don't think this St. Michael's game. I don't think this St. Michael's team is like last year's team. I think it's gonna be a war. I think it's gonna be a war in the trenches. It should be a good one. The team that scores the most, that's who gonna win though. And the game is in Legion's Field. Another big game. LaFleur versus BC Reign. Neither one of these teams can lose today. Neither one of these teams right now can afford to lose today. Neither one of them can afford to lose today. LaFleur is 1-4. BC Reign is 3-2 on the season. BC Reign has lost to UMS and Williamson. Neither one of these teams can afford to lose tonight. This right here, this the second half of the season right here for both squads. You have to go on the run. For BC Reign and LaFleur, if either one of them win tonight, you're potentially looking at getting the 4th seed in 5A. So neither one of these teams can lose tonight. It's must-win games for both teams. Coach Perry is preparing these guys very well. I seen them practice the other day. They are ready. So it's gonna be interesting to see how LaFleur bounce back tonight against BC Reign at home. MCPSS game of the week. It's going to be very interesting to see. Williamson takes on Faith Academy at Faith Academy. Following the last week history-making performance last week, Williamson Lions takes on Faith Academy tonight at Faith Academy. Jackson Nolan takes on Parker. Baker takes on Robertsdale, another huge one across the Bay Area. Hoover takes on Oak Mountain. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to play a quick commercial, and I'll be back.
2 kids I'm trying to recruit. Are you hungry or you just want something to eat? Now a hungry kid, he gonna make a mayonnaise sandwich, he gonna find a place to play, he gonna call all around to get in the gym, he gonna figure it out. But a kid who wants something to eat, he got a cabinet full of food, he just sitting at home waiting for somebody to cook it. He ain't trying to cook it. So does he practice? Yeah, because you asked him to. Does he work out? Yeah, because you know, like, come on, let's work out. But he ain't hungry. And so when you get to the Division I level, we gotta get guys who are hungry. We don't need guys who just want something to eat. But for a parent has to raise, you're raising 1 or 2 kids. You're either raising a wolf or a sheep. Now, you raise a sheep, you're gonna have to protect them all the time. And that's what's happening to parents. They want to protect their kids all the time, because that's a sheep. You always gotta protect the sheep. You can't never leave a sheep alone. That's what it is. But other wolves will find some way to eat. And they have to realize that. Because struggle builds character. They're trying to take away the struggle and there's no character being built on.
Struggle builds character. LaFleur versus BC Rain. A lot of people at work. There's something new today. Starting off early. Tonight should be a big night. LaFleur versus BC Rain. Y'all, if y'all can, comment y'all thoughts and who y'all think gonna win tonight. Trying to buy a little time before I head off to Jackson versus St. Michael's. Who do y'all like? LaFleur or BC Rain? Who do y'all like? LaFleur or BC Rain? First comment of the day. What's going on? Shay Carver. She said LaFleur gonna win. LaFleur in the house tonight. It is alumni night at LaFleur at the Rattlers Den. So come out. If you are a LaFleur alumni, come on out and show them kids some love. LaFleur checking in. The Big Snakes. Rattlers in the house. It's going to be a big game. My thoughts right here is this. It got to be a must-win game for both teams. It got to be a must-win game for both teams. Neither one of these teams can afford to lose tonight. Neither one of these teams can afford to lose. I had a chance to watch BC Rain a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, BC Rain going to have to get a ball to their playmakers. Simple. You're going to have to find a way to get a ball to your playmakers. LaFleur is doing – LaFleur, as y'all know, LaFleur is down Duke Robinson, and LaFleur has been still trying to capitalize and still trying to find a way to give the ball to their playmakers. So for both squads, get a ball to the playmakers. In that game, I like LaFleur 28-27. Win by 1. Win by 1. That's who I like in that one. I'm gonna go back to the Jackson Stadium. Cause this the big games everybody want to see right here. This the big game everybody want to see tonight. Jackson versus St. Michael's. Who do y'all got in that one? Jackson versus St. Michael's. Who do y'all like in that one? This is my first time. This the first time this year I get a chance to watch Gunnar Rivers and see how he performed. One of the top quarterbacks in the country in the class of 2027. So who do y'all like in Jackson versus St. Michael's? I think EJ gonna have one of the best performances tonight. But the question is, can St. Michael's get some stops? And I was just recently watching the game from last year. It was hard to stop Jackson. It was hard to stop Jackson. It was hard to stop EJ. It was hard to stop Red Chapman. It's gonna be hard. The question is, can St. Michael's get the stops they need to do to build up a drive and build up a lead to sustain to win the game? It's gonna be tough, especially when you are playing in Legion's Field. Jackson is 5-1 on the season. St. Michael's is 5-0 on the season. So it's gonna be tough playing it in Jackson tonight. It is gonna be a sold out crowd. Let's see who win. We're gonna see who win tonight. Theodore beats Murphy 31-0 last night. A lot of people hit me up last night. They were like, Theodore only scored 31. It's not how many points you score as long as you win. And I get Theodore still ain't played the top teams in 6A and Sierra and Gulf Shore. They weren't trying to show too much. You can look at it a lot of ways. Murphy probably has some fight in them following that, loss last week against Williamson. That right there, losing like that would motivate some kids to never ever try to lose that bad again. That would motivate some kids. What do y'all think? Was anybody at the Theodore and Murphy game last night? Viger takes on Alberta. Somebody said Viger got a bye week. Somebody said Viger got a bye week. UMS takes on Central Nail. It's gonna be some great football tonight. Great football. In the next couple of weeks, we're getting down. Already, we are in the month of October, and the regular season is almost over already. We're in the second half of the season already. We are in the second half of the season. Let me put this graphic up for the most passing. Sammy Dunn is in the top 5 for passing yards in the state right now. Sammy Dunn has threw for over 1,400 yards. Christian Seeger, quarterback from Daphne, is number 6. He threw for 1,300 yards. Number 1 is Cole Moody. And these are the top quarterbacks right now in the state right now that we talk about a lot. And they have in five to six games, they are leading in passing yards and touchdowns. So it's going to be interesting to see how they finish off the season. And it is really going to be very interesting to see how they finish off the season. These were the players. I didn't do a show this week. Had a lot going on, but we want to congratulate Jalen Scott and Alvin Deakins on being the players of the week from last week. They was the players of the week for last week. Had a very big game against Murphy. History-making performance. I'm going to go to commercial break right quick, and I'll be back.
Undisciplined people do dumb things. Disciplined people do smart things. Which are you? So this is really, everything that we talk about is going to come down to how do you have the discipline to execute and do the things that you need to do your part. And one thing that everybody has to overcome to be able to do this is, am I going to do what I feel like doing, or am I going to choose to do the things I need to do to accomplish the goal and the vision that I have? This is a huge hurdle for everybody, because how many times have you heard somebody say, I don't feel like doing that? It doesn't matter what you feel like. You got to make choices and decisions based on what you want to accomplish and what you want to do.
And we are back. I just got a big phone call. I'll get back on later tonight after Jackson versus St. Michael's game. I'm Big Mac Media, and I'll see y'all later tonight.